The talent is tremendous as Curry talked about what a struggle it is. You know you're watching just outstanding basketball.
Well, I tell you what, I like that kind of serious and focused attitude that's really always been Curry's approach. It's one of the reasons he's always working to get better and hone and upgrade his game, and how he's able to take it that one notch forward each season.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
A ton of good looks for him, Greg, on offense, and it's quality shots they're getting.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for Indiana, they've got Paul George, Al Jefferson out there with Turner. Then there's Teague. And it's Ellis and at the shooting guard position.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected things like a coach who had done it for many years.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. And Teague, here we go. Stolen by Varejao. Down low, here's Clark. And Ellis with the block. It's deflected. Iguodala with the steal. And that one is hammered home.
On the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
That drops and it comes off the assist from Livingston. And now it's a 10-point Warrior lead.
And guys, last season was a painful one for Anderson Varejao. He had finally shifted the back end that sidelined him the year before, signs the multi-year contract extension with the Cavs. Things were starting to look up. Then only 3 weeks later, he tears the Achilles and was ruled out for the season. You talk about a tough break.
From deep, Ellis. That's good. Ellis has got his second basket of the night.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Here's Clark. A rebound by Jefferson. And adding insult to injury, certainly, Greg, as you were talking about, Varejao played well at the start of last season. Shooting 56% from the field. Clark, I think he was over 70% from the line. Those were career highs.
Yeah, and a terrible blow for Varejao and the Cavs because of that injury, the Achilles tendon. But it led to the deal for Mozgov, and that's worked out quite nicely.
And it's Turner off the drive. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
Outside for Jefferson. Here's Teague. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Teague's got his second bucket of the game to go.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Ellis outside. It's Jefferson high post. The shot by George, wide open. And Indiana, another three.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he fixed the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game.
Timeout called the Warriors. Everyone understands the importance of Paul George to the ball club. That's why taking his offensive game to the next level would be so beneficial.
Yeah, he has all the physical tools, instincts, and obviously he has made those strides. But if he wants to become a top 5 guy, he's still got a little bit of work to do in terms of his game.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Green, he's checked in for Verjao. Durant comes in for West. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Ian Clark. And Steph Curry is subbed in for Sean Livingston.
Shooting for Golden State.
Well, my man PG, Paul George, so much focus has been on extending his range, but ever since he started launching over 5 3-pointers a game, he shot under 43% from the field. Maybe time for him to balance out that shot selection.
That's good. The Warriors have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Thompson with the bucket.
That is in the gym range, partner. Kevin, he can pull up and knock it down from anywhere. You hear me? From anywhere.
And you know there's really no bad shot for a guy like him. He's firing a 3 like that. And guys, talking about Paul George, the continued improvement of his ball handling is key to generating more offense. That was a weakness of his coming out of college. He's worked on it, but making it a strength the way LeBron has would go a long way toward getting him to that next level.
And it's slammed in by T.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
And George, here we go. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. And Indiana making a change here. Thaddeus Young checked in for Jefferson. C.J. Miles comes in for Turner. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Monte Ellis. And it's Lawson in for T. Curry. Another miss by Curry.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Stuckey can't get it to go.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Indiana's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here.
You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
The Warriors making a switch here. West is checked in. Indiana shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Thaddeus Young, 2.
And he can't get the first one. It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the final. Impressive work.
Julia, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented, for plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Shot clock at 6. It's taken away by Stuckey. And here comes Lawson leading the fast break.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that, though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
The three from George. And good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey. Now it's a 7-point Pacer lead. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stance for Indiana.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And George, here we go. Miles, that's for two. Shot is off. The Warriors go the other way. Here's Curry. Rattles through traffic and lays it in. Curry's got 13 points.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
Lawson kicks to Young. But Julia with the steal. On up the court. Golden State moving the ball around. That's good.
Stop him.
Now just a 3-point Pacer lead.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Lawson kicks to Young. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger Clark right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's with them.
Hey, guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
On the wing, Stuckey. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
That's his first
Great job getting the ball inside now. I mean, they're intentional about it. The coach really wants them to show some physical presence here in the second, and they've shown that.
Here's Curry. He's got 15. There's a good screen. And there's the feed to Livingston. Up in time. And the release was before the buzzer. And so that's the end of the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 18 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it...
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
Well, how about Paul George in this one? 18 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Iguodala out there with Durant, and it's Pachulia in at the 5, down low. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. On defense, the Warriors, and it's slammed in by T.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong and attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read on how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Outside for George. Here's Ellis. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Durant with it, picked up by Teague. Here's Curry. It's rebounded by Indiana. Jefferson's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And remember, if you go back to when Steph Curry was in college, more of a shooting guard at Davidson, but he's worked relentlessly to not only improve his ball handling, but his vision. Now, all of a sudden, he's one of the most elusive ball handlers in the NBA. And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just as the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Outside Durant. And a strong finish in two hands.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
And Curry, certainly, Clark, a magician with the ball in his hands. He can really supply the terrific handle, razzle-dazzle moves, and crossovers. He has it all.
He sure does, but on occasion he can be a little loose with it and turn it over some. That's been a focus both by him and the coaching staff. Attack, but do it with precision.
And a wide-open look for Iguodala. That's it, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists in the game. Indiana leading by 5, and it's Ellis penetrating. Teague the pass to Jefferson. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Anderson Varejão's checked in for Golden State. Turner's checked in for the Pacers. Durant kicks to Iguodala. There's the triple. It's hauled in by George.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
And it's slammed in by Teague.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
You know, he just, like every other coach, can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And, boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there. So you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments. Try to change that around. That's why he needed the timeout.
David West is checked in for the Warriors. Warriors trail by 10. Curry with it. Picked up by Teague. Curry dishes to Durant. Back to Curry. From outside the arc, and Turner with the block. They recover it. Goes up, and it's slammed in by Teague.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled. Dropped that one in as soft as a feather using the finger roll.
Pacers leading by 7. Here's Turner. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 3rd assist on the night.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
The Warriors have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. As you're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the...
It's a beautiful jam.
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when you need a spark, something electric to get your teammates fired up.
Here's Thompson, and he takes that one and powers it through.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
And, Greg, I'm not quite sure why it took him as long as it did to finally get things going, but as we always say, better late than never.
And it's the Warriors' ball. stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. And the stuff by West.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Let's keep it going. Here we go.
You go back to that season with Durant. He was set to lead Team USA to the tournament, but had to withdraw from the team.
And, you know, withdrawing, Kevin, might have been the right play to keep him healthy. He still ended up on the shelf a good while last year, but I still think it was the right decision on his part.
The Warriors making a switch here. Livingston's checked in. Indiana also making some changes. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Jefferson. Stuckey comes in for Monte Ellis. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Jeff Teague. And the Warriors with possession here. It's Durant with the drive. That puts them in the lead.
And as competitive as Durant is, it was strange to see him take himself off of Team USA. But let's face it, that Paul George injury played a big role, not only in his decision, but in a lot of guys throughout the league.
The shot's good from Lawson.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit.
And the call will be against Ty Lawson. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, he looked clumsy on that one. He was not going to get away with that.
Yeah, he climbed all over him. I mean, there's a picture of that in the officiating manual. So, clear, easy call.
Pacers trail by 4. Out to Stuckey. Three-pointer. Miles the pass to Stuckey. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
C.J. Miles.
And, you know, Durant was not the only one affected by that injury to Paul George. To see something like that happen in an exhibition game can make anybody think twice about summer play.
And Turner with the block. That's out of bounds. Golden State Warriors in possession. Pachulia, he's checked in for Durant. And the Pacers also making a change. Young's checked in. A minute 42 left to play in the third. Clock at 2. Iguodala. And David West gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. You can see the leadership qualities on display right there, guys.
You know, he's their coach on the floor. There's no doubt about that. A great communicator, a great teammate, and as you mentioned, Kevin, a tremendous leader.
To the paint, here's Miles. Outside for Lawson. Young dishes to Stuckey. Iguodala with the steal. Here's Thompson. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug,
and that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
you're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad. They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
The Warriors pull it in.
And although not a block officially, it might as well have been his ability to react and alter the shot.
Greg, I don't think there was any doubt about it. His defense threw him off on that shot.
And Miles kicks to Young. And the three off target. Warriors leading by 4. Posts it up high. Lays it in on the pretty alley-oop.
Boy, you got to love it. A picture-perfect alley-oop.
A little surprise, though, Clark. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
Counts for 2.
Yeah, it does. Almost makes it a little more special, though, when you can have a little bit of grace as opposed to just the full Monty.
And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. The Warriors on top, up by 6. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. On the court right now for the Pacers. Teague out there with Ellis. And it's Young. Then there's C.J. Myers. And it's Jefferson in at the 5 spot.
Pacers substitution. Paul George.
Teague with the ball. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
You have got to be kidding me. I mean, that's a point guard playing like a power forward.
And he can do a little bit of everything out there.
Yeah, he torches defenders in all kinds of ways. When he's on the floor, he's a matchup headache.
Curry passes to Durant. The second chance effort. Back to Curry. To the paint. And Jefferson sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jefferson.
Ball. 3 points away team.
Livingston kicks to Curry. And another shot. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Al Jefferson.
Shooting for Golden
Guys, no
State.
secret that Al Jefferson has never been known for his defense. Clark mostly too as an offensive player.
Yeah, he really is strong down in the low post. But last season, Jefferson went out of his way to change that no defense perception of it.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Teague dishes to Jefferson. And he slams it one-handed.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
It's Durant with the drive. Missed inside. Pacers trail by 4. And George kicks to Teague. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And it's... What range on that shot. It's amazing. Banked in off the glass. Teague's got 6 here in this quarter.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
And George with the stuff.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr was going over with his team. The game's still in question, but he told his players, guys, this is when it's fun, right? Time is winding down, a close game. This is where you show the preparation and the time you put in. Kevin, we'll see if they respond.
Here's Livingston, the coast-to-coast dunk.
How that one-man fast break.
I love the power finish at the end of it, too.
T kicks to Ellis. Indiana moving the ball over. And George, here we go. Jefferson passing to Young. It's George on the wing. 5 on the clock. Young dishes to George. Poke loose. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Curry kicks to Livingston. It's stolen by Jefferson. To the middle. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. That one on Thompson.
Al Jefferson doing all sorts of things. He has 11 points, and also those active hands of his have led to a pair of steals.
He can just change a game with his defense, and he's thrown off their rhythm completely the last several possessions.
Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Sean Livingston.
Pacers ball. Timeout charge to the Pacers.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
And the big Al Jefferson, he's going to be great in this league, but he hasn't played on that many great teams, and he's never made an all-star team. Hard to imagine.
Teague, the pass to Jefferson. And it's the Warriors on the break. Here's Durant. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And it's now 26 points for Kevin Durant. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
And for Al Jefferson, never making an all-star team, he's got the numbers on offense to get him there. People just feel he's probably, what, Clark, one-dimensional?
Well, you know, even though the all-star game has no defense for the most part, you usually need to play a little bit of D to have a chance to get there.
The Pacers have gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth, going 6 for 7. George missing again. Golden State's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. And Thompson throws it down.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Yeah, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
And Teague, here we go. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
And George kicks to Ellis. Young in the corner, out to the right wing. Julia with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Oh, look out, and then you go like that. The home run. How does it even go in? He pulls a Houdini. The kick out to Young. It's rebounded by Durant. Durant's got his fourth rebound in this one. Here's Curry with the three. It's hauled in by George.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, Jay. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
And Thompson kicks to Curry. From past the arc. The rebound by Young. Young's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Ellis. Gets the bucket and the foul. They get Andre Iguodala.
Great move to get to the rim. I think they're going to take the aggressive approach down the stretch.
That one drops. He ties it up.
Ellis having a terrific game. He's got 14 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
I love the fact that he plays for his teammates, really spreading the ball around, getting everyone involved.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
The kick out to Young. Iguodala with the steal. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
So he can't get either to fall. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder. And that's exactly what that play looks to be.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the beat.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 6-point ball game.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, as cool as can be, Clark. Great focus and efficiency. That's how they built this league.
And the Pacers score a time here. They're trailing by 6. There's a minute 34 left to play here in the fourth.
Cannot be happy with how things have gone during this run. I think it's a good decision to take a break.
Yeah, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he had to do something. They're getting buffaloed and beat up. He couldn't let that continue. He had to call the timeout there.
Turner's checked in for Young. Stuckey comes in for Ellis. And it's Lawson in for Team. There's a minute 34 left to play in the final quarter. And the wide open shot from Stuckey. But they'll get another chance. Lawson dishes to Stuckey. Some nice passing here by Indiana. There's the triple. The shot no good. And Golden State will come the other way. They've led by as much as 10. It's blocked.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter. Time definitely not on their side.
They need a very quick bucket, a real quick one.
And that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession. And so here is Indiana. They trail by 6. George up top. He's covered by Iguodala. Just 5 on the clock.
You can see the frustration in the quarter on his face, especially with his team trailing.
They get a hand on it. They get it back. Stuckey passes to George. Lawson outside. George with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Lawson outside. To the inside. Here's Turner. It falls. And now they trail by just 4.
Bad matchup for the defense, no doubt about it. Doesn't have the height to influence the shot there. Never mind.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
That's his third personal foul. At the line for Stephen
And
Curry.
he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And the Warriors making a change here. McAdoo's checked in. And he does get the second one. And that puts them up by 5. And so it's Indiana with it. Jefferson kicks to Stuckey. Fires from deep. Connects. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Ty Lawson getting it done, one after the other.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
First personal
You had to foul in the situation to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? He misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late-game free throws are a lot different than early-game free throws in terms of making them.
And the Pacers call time here. They're behind by 4. There's 14 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And you know what? It isn't over yet. A quick score and a 5.
And perhaps a few missed free throws, and they're right back in it. So it all has to happen fast, but it could happen.
So both teams making some changes here.